We welcome you back to Norwich, Connecticut. Patrick Allen down 42 pins halfway through match number 2, and here's why.
Well, it's the issue of the cheetah oil pattern playing completely different for Patrick Allen. He's playing around the 11th board on the cheetah. Keep in mind, Brian Kretzer's right at first arrow, which is normally where you play cheetah. And on the left lane, you can see where Patrick is playing the shark oil pattern. That's pretty normal. The big issue, the cheetah oil pattern on the right lane for Patrick Allen.
And you saw Patrick Allen and Kretzer looking kind of off camera there. He was actually looking at the monitors of what we just showed our audience, taking in that information. He did a lot of ball work during the break as well.
You know, people are probably wondering that folks that have bowled on cheetah oil pattern and have experience on cheetah oil pattern, why doesn't he move farther left? The reason is because his ball won't hook from there.
Wow. Strike number 3 of game number 2 for PA.
Exactly, Randy. He's seeing early hook, so if he gets real close to it in the front, it picks up and goes high. But as soon as it goes away and hits that spot on the gutter at 1, 2, 3 at 30 feet to 40 feet, it won't hook off of it. And so he either, like we were talking about earlier, you really need to take a low flare ball and stand right on top of it, or you get a whole bunch of surface and then you go ahead and throw at it pretty early so that you know it's not going to break loose down lane.
Come on, man.
Leaves the 7
man. Use your brain.
PA was 9th here last season. This season, it's been tough for him. He had 2 did not bowls, 5 finishes where he was 50th or higher. He was been battling an inflamed, strained patella tendon in his right knee. And Randy, you and I saw him after he won his semifinal match last night, and it was a bag of ice and some Advil nearby. He saw a knee specialist
Way to go.
on Monday, and the specialist said, take Advil all the time. Not just after you're done bowling, take it all the time. Battling an injury bug, favoring that knee, got into some bad habits, but he said, this is as good as I've felt all year, and he's trying to salvage a season this week. For me, this is huge, but he has got a huge deficit to dig out of. Down 42 as Kretzer begins his effort in game 2, 7th frame.
Remember that Patrick Allen only lost the first game by 7. This is a 3-game total pinfall match with a couple of open frames, or excuse me, 1 open frame by Patrick Allen, and Brian Kretzer goes double spare 3-bagger. Right now, it's all about Brian Kretzer, and he is really putting it on Patrick Allen.
Looking for a 4-bagger here in the 8th.
Well, Chris, he's starting to find that left lane now. He made that ball change, and that looked like to be a little bit inside a target. It just laid there.
Yeah, the flat 10 was really good news for him. It got right, and even though it didn't strike, it made it most of the way back.
Sorry, Rob, did you want to say something about the 4-bagger that Brian Kretzer just threw?
No, I'm all right. I'm all right. His lead is at 62. Is that enough for you? Oh, you boys. There's more to life than just ham bones in my world. Not much, but a little bit.
A lot of 8.
Yeah, then this could have been 3-7-9 easy. Just leaving the 3-9, and Patrick Allen is in trouble, guys. I mean, he has a bad look on that one lane, and his look, or at least his shot making on the left lane, not so good.
But remember, with this format, you are never out of it. And PA had a big lead in game number 1 of his semifinal and said, look, you know, you can't take your foot off the accelerator. Got to keep it going. Speaking of foot on the accelerator, just 2 more trips for the RV for you and me.
You want me to gas it up?
Please.
You got it.
Yeah, I saw you stole my credit card again to gas it up. All right, next week we are in Long Island, West Babylon for the Geico Mark Roth Plastic Ball Championship. Word is Mr. Roth will be there.
Looking forward to seeing Mark there. Absolutely.
And then the following week, Easter Sunday, the Lumber Liquidators Marathon Open, AMF Country Club Lanes in Baltimore. PA in the ninth. Needs a strike. Can't get the 7 to drop. The lead continues to accumulate for Kretzer.
Hey, Chris, I know you've been there before. I've been there before, but this is starting to turn real ugly.
This is brutal. He throws good shots on that left lane. Can't strike. In the right lane, it seems like no matter what he tries to do, it either hooks 3 feet too soon or 3 feet too late.
Nice combo.
Yeah. Well, that's the toughest thing about the cheetah. When the gutter hooks, it's the easiest pattern to bowl on by far. You get the most entry angle. It's the easiest to control. But when that gutter doesn't hook, wow, it becomes the hardest in a hurry.
All right, time now for our More of What Matters fan question of the day. Goes to you, Chris. What do you feel has been your biggest accomplishment in bowling, and what are your future goals?
Well, probably striking in the 10th to win the U.S. Open has still got to be the highlight. Future goals, I still want to win a Masters, a World Championship, and another Player of the Year. You win the Grand Slam and a second Player of the Year. I think that's pretty rare air.
So you're setting the bar pretty low then?
Yeah, not much.
Want. Chris Barnes joining us here in the booth here for game number 2 of 3 of this Total Pinfall Championship. And Brian Kretzer won match number 1 by 7 pins. He has added to that lead substantially. Now looking to crack open a 6-pack here in the 10th. And that run of 5 in a row comes to an end.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian Kretzer was looking to double in the 10th frame and shoot 260 and really take a huge lead with only 1 game to go. And right here, looks like he misses it just a pinch at the bottom, and it pushed just a little bit too far down the lane.
That was a good break for Allen.
That would have been a huge break if he'd have missed that. But you're right, Rob. That was a nice break for Patrick. However, Brian Kretzer's still going to be in the 240s. The best Patrick Allen can shoot is 181 if he strikes out. Huge deficit for Patrick Allen. Not that he's not capable. However, I'm not sure he's got a good enough look to get to his bowling ball to the pocket enough times on the right lane to get back in the match.
Yeah, there's just no evidence so far that he can get, even a couple of boards at the break point to where he can really pure some shots in there.
Kretzer through the nose to conclude his second game. 241 on top of his 192 from match number 1.
Chris, if you're Patrick Allen struggling on the right lane, you get up on the right lane right now. Do you throw some test shots to try to figure something out for the last game to give it your all?
You have to. You have to.
He's down 77 right now. Working on a spare, trying to make up some ground here in the 10th.
And that was a test there. He moved out to the left and got up against it.
Man, I hope you guys ain't railing me in there too bad.
We'd never do that, Haas.
Bad. This is bad. This is bad. As bad as it gets.
Well, Haas, what are you going to do? Patrick, what are you going to do? You got to do some. Try something, Pards.
Can I make that?
All right, so what's the adjustment now off the 3-pin, Chris?
For me, it's probably a board to a board and a half left for him, and get even closer to it, and go with what you suggested. Get as close to that friction as you can. Try and eliminate the variables, and hope you can find something a little consistent there.
Becomes another ball change, trying to figure out something on the diabolical cheetah oil pattern for Patrick Allen.
Kretzer with a 433 total pinfall through 2. Allen down 78.
Kill hard.
And that's the issue when you go down and you ball down to something to go straighter. If it doesn't catch that friction in the front, it doesn't catch it in the back either.
Well, Patrick Allen in a world of hurt right now, down 81 pins to Brian Kretzer. Kretzer just 1 game away from claiming his first ever title on the PBA Tour. Match number 3 when we return to Norwich, Connecticut.